Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back. I am EBINOTTI, and today we are doing the full moon readings. We are closing up the full moon in Capricorn once and for all. Just kidding. There's another full moon Capricorn coming in July. So new moon Cancer is also on the horizon here. We have just crossed that energy, so we're kind of lagging on the full moon energy, and it really does feel like that trudging along kind of energy. So we're doing the element of fire today. If you know, you know, we break down the moon cycles, the full moon and the new moon, and we do all 5 of the elements: earth, air, fire, water, and the ether or spirit element, however you read that one. The collective consciousness reading. So all the other elementals are up on the channel. If you want to go check those out, feel free to do so. Today we are working with the fire element, and it is feeling fiery. I love that we're doing fire before we get into the next moon cycle. Like I mentioned, new moon Cancer. We are in Cancer season and it is feeling wonderful, but finishing the full moon cycle or any moon cycle with fire is probably going to be relevant all through the summer. It's feeling that way coming up. If you really think about it, fire is the one element. Like in real life, fire is something that you need other things to make it happen. Like you need earth matter to be the fuel. You need air. You need space and air circulation to create enough heat to get fire. If you hear any noise in the background, just ignore it. It is Babe. Babe is home today, or Kiwi, possibly the cat. You never know. You never know. It's fire. Anything is possible. So if you are, we read for the moon cycles, but if you're paying attention to the solar cycles right now, it's popping off. The sun is popping off. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, like I am in Canada, it is also summertime. So lots of relevance with the fire element. How do you want to work with fire? Lots of opportunities out here to do so. I have a candle lit for us just over here on the altar. As you can see, all the doors and everything are open today. If you can hear the fan, I'm so sorry. I hate the sound of that kind of background noise, that white noise in videos, but it is so very hot. We have heat warnings in northern British Columbia, Canada today with a plus 30 degrees Celsius temperature, and it's already at, I think, 28 right now, and it's early. It's early. So it's going to be warm. All of that means nothing to me when it comes to my relationship with coffee. So cheers to you if you are having anything to sip on or smoke on. Again, if you're new to the tribe of EBINOTTI, we keep it super, super chill here. This is about spiritually aligning to our divine feminine energy. Shout out to the masculines if you're kicking it. We all have divine masculine and feminine energy within us, so we are finding that balance. And man, has the counterpart energy been so freaking relevant all the way from last zodiac season, because like I said, we're in Cancer season. We just came off Gemini season, and the twin flame, the soulmate, the counterpart energy where we balance masculine and feminine has been hot and poppin'. Hot and bothered out here. So cheers to you. Let's take a nice deep breath and settle into the fire element together and see. I'm so curious where this is going to go today and see how we're working with this energy, because like I said, we're already finally starting to feel some of that new moon, that Cancer season where things get warm and safe, and it can get a little choppy in there because you know how a crab is. You know, it can pop up into its shell real easy and get offended. It can pop up into its shell and feel unsafe. And that intuition, that water element, it's strong with Cancer. So very curious to see how we're going to work with fire now that we are literally in new moon Cancer energy. So Capricorn has been an interesting moon cycle for us. Like I mentioned, it's full moon Capricorn. Don't worry if you don't follow all the astrology. It really isn't that big of a deal, but it is how we do break things down around here. Okay, so Capricorn has been interesting, like Capricorn's got the rap of being with that satanic devil energy. But there's always, of course, 2 sides to every coin. There are incredible things that come with the energy of the Capricorn, the earth element that we work with in Capricorn, which is, you know, our ambitions, our health is very much so a focus on the table right now. So doing all kinds of new routines, trying new things. There's tons of new energy on the table. Like I said, I cannot wait to read for new moon Cancer. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the Tribe of EBINOTTI here on YouTube, where we follow the moon cycles and we align together to activate wonderful things and manifest wonderful things and all the things that we try to activate for. This is still too hot and I just really want it to not be. So cheers to you. I'm going to have a sip of water instead. Okay. So other than needing a few different elements to come together to really get the fire hot and, all doing all the things that fire needs to do, bringing all those elements together so that we can do that. We talk about earth and air coming together so that we can, create the fire to warm, light, cook, whatever our fire is doing. It's all the metaphors when it comes to fire. It's our life force energy. It's what we do with that. So in terms of the chakra system, it is the solar plexus chakra located just under the rib cage. It is in the diaphragm. That is where our breath becomes fire or chi or life force energy in the body. Lots of wonderful things to do with breath work this season. I know it's going to be a beautiful summer for so many of us who are practicing our rituals, our routines, getting things in order and aligned, especially in the body. And of course, I'm looking to see what our oracle deck is going to be today, or one of, and if we're doing fire, could we leave out the dragons? Absolutely not. Also, we are going to work with the goddesses. We've been using it pretty much throughout this entire full moon cycle. We might as well finish off strong with a goddess message. So we're going to do a little masculine, feminine energy with dragons and goddesses as our oracle cards for this tarot card spread. It's feeling very... Fire element is masculine. It's a masculine element, and it's feeling very logical. Not so much in a caged in kind of way. Logic can give a lot of the feminine energy sort of like a caged, boxed in kind of feeling. And it's not necessarily feeling that way, but it is feeling a little bit disciplinary, like it's kind of taking some of the fun out of it. So fun is really, really important when it comes to using our fire, but it can get all the other things. Fire is also frustration and anger. When fear gets rooted in the gut and it doesn't get to, it clogs up that power center, things can get really schnippety in there. So we want to make sure that all of the energy pools in the body are spinning and aligned and doing all the wonderful things. So move the body, stretch the body. I have really enjoyed like some intense workouts. Intense, where it's like, man, I'm either gonna die or I'm gonna get it. For those of you who are getting into I'm really trying to be gentle with my body and focus on healthy routines, and then all of a sudden my exercise kind of routines just want to be amped up to like Mach 56. Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on there, but there was some energy in the body and it wanted to come out, and that's how it came out. So dancing, exercising, walking, even laying. Like, people don't really lay or sit on the ground the way that they could or should. There's entire cultures that like really value being able to sit comfortably on the ground. And there's a lot of really grounding, wonderful things. Full moon Capricorn, again, is earth energy, right? So no matter what element we're working with, we are under the energy. The full moon is in a full amplification as well. So we're under the energy of earth. Okay, and in any way that you can get grounded and rooted in that, whether you're spending time in nature or, like I said, doing some exercises to get the body nice and in alignment. That grounded feeling can be internal, needs to be internal, really. That's why nature is so effective, because we do love to be there, whatever that means for you. A beautifully manicured garden, or a wild and rugged terrain. And I think that's why my workouts have been like wanting to be a little more on the intense side is because I've been in the wilds, the rugged terrain. Have you ever eaten wild game, like hunted meat, as opposed to like store-bought, like slaughtered meat? Do you know what I mean? It makes you feel, I've heard this from people before, and then I've experienced it myself. It makes you feel a little different. Air and fire, off that message, on to the next. Air and fire dragon as a theme on the bottom of the deck to get us started. Expands your creative energies, harness your creativity, excitement, and enthusiasm. Communicate your passion. That's where the air part of it comes in. So both of the masculine elements blending to get us started as a theme. This is going to be very masculine energy that we're working with. So blending air and fire. Again, the breath, mastering the breath of fire. We have already discussed that. Maybe you want to go back and check that reading out. Okay, and more fire, earth and fire dragon. This is going to be our card for the reading now. So let's read it. Works with you to clear the fifth dimensional ley lines. Wow. Okay, so the synchronicities are wild, especially since we've been back, because we did this whole moon cycle and the one before it, and it's wild. We've talked about the fifth dimension now, 11:11 on the clock when I said it. We've talked about the ley lines, knowing where we're at on the ley lines for those of us where we feel drawn to that message, called to that type of information. You are definitely doing grid work within the ley lines, within your spiritual, you know, family, ancestry, duty, whatever you want to call it. It's time for service, duty, that came out of my mouth. When you give, you receive. Okay, and that's where earth balances out the fire. So we have a lot of energy. We have a lot of things that need to be fulfilled within us. Capricorn expresses ambition so beautifully. Take notes, people, because that's how you healthily express your ambitions, okay? Without the ego and the flashy, and the any Capricorn can teach you how to be ambitious or teach you how to do the opposite of appreciating. I mean, satanic energy, the devil, you know, you go into all the dark places. But without the dark places, you have honest ambition. You have fire. You have energy. You have passion. You have all of the things, the creative solutions, the abilities. You have a specific set of skills, interests, all the things that make you unique and incredible the way you are. And that is the service that this is talking about, the one that's meant specifically for you. So with all that energy, you got to do something with it. Okay, so when you give, you receive. If you're looking for money, if you're looking for your purpose, if you're looking for, you know, any kind of wanting to be appreciated or seen or even fame, you definitely want to get that in the way that is extremely grounded. So look no further than nature if you need to get grounded, your breath work if you need to get that grounded alignment in the body. Don't let the ego come in and taint this all up, because you've got something really, really powerful activating this season. Okay, and on the bottom again, it's weird to try and explain what just happened here, but we shuffled, got our bottom of the deck, got our card, got the same bottom of the deck again. Okay, so it just wanted to stay out on the deck with us here, on the desk with us here, and so it will. And so it will. We've already read air and fire, so we'll leave that one alone and move into now the goddesses, the goddess oracle. All the decks I use, the cards I use are listed and linked in the description box if you want to check them out for your own self. Ooh, these are feeling wicked stiff today. Wicked. So we talked a lot about the masculine energy. Now we're going to see earth and fire really is a good balance of masculine, feminine. So we're going to see what this feminine energy has to say about it. Okay, feeling springy. Feeling a little tense. She's feeling a little tense and a little springy, the feminine here. Okay, let's not bother her too much and just cut the deck and see what the big mama energy of goddesses has to say. Bottom of the deck. Ooh, Ostra with growth. The maiden energy coming out here with this. So being gentle, being kind, also being open. If we're reading fire element, it's about creativity and passion and power. So the innocence of learning something new, being new at something, the growth that can come if we really give ourselves a chance to be new at something, to have the kind of humility that child has when it does something for the very first time. Okay, so that's how we're doing it. I really should have brushed my hair because it's gonna be all knotty from the wind. Anywho, let's see what the goddesses have to say for this reading. We're starting off with a new energy, which is great because, like I said, we're so ready for new moon. We are so ready for the new moon energy of Cancer. Hopefully we're prepared. Hopefully we learned what we needed to learn with the Gemini new moon. And if not, we learned it by this full moon. If we did learn through Gemini, then we solidified some really powerful new energy with the full moon Capricorn. Solidified those ambitions. That's a lot, but we'll take them. Ooh, Coatlicue with grief. Look at that full moon energy. The offerings. The offerings to the moon. There's like prayers and everything coming through with this. You know, that's a really powerful sort of alignment to gratitude and appreciation, but there's a mourning. There's a sort of mourning energy coming in with this, an offering of, you know, grief. If you really look at her face there, it's like very sad. But the timing, you know, this is all about time. You can just feel it with the moon. The moon for us is about time, right? So you can really feel that. Power, powerful. Wow. And underneath that, just really quickly, another card that we've seen all through full moon Capricorn with the shell, again with the creativity. So fire literally is all about creativity. This full moon can really activate us in ways that, you know, we need to get a move on. Fire's about action, taking action. It's that masculine energy where we get out of the head and we get into the body and we start making moves. So really wielding some powerful magics here into this moon, and I like it. Healing for some of us. Wow, we have 3. Ooh, let me just look at this for a second. Wow, yikes. Okay, Tara was centering, one of my favorite cards that I first worked with this deck. I'll never forget this card because of that. That's beautiful. We're gonna put that right over there, where all that natural, internal, external, beautiful, you know, you see all the healing energy here, the activation, the way it seeps, you know, through the waters, through the earth. Okay, I think we're good on that message, yeah? Coolio. Next, this one's a little, ooh, how are we doing, you guys? I don't want to light this on fire. Give me just one hot second here. Okay, and then Artemis with selfhood, very Sagittarian energy coming in there, which was our last full moon before we got into what's going to be a back-to-back Capricorn full moon. Cha-cha. Okay, and then Bludeved, ooh, with betrayal. Okay, so here's the kicker, right? Let's put them like this. Watching our own back. You see the energy of defensiveness. This is the shadow gone like rogue, renegade. You know, it's got a vigilante kind of aspect to it, which is what we've needed for a very long time. As feminines, we've needed to be capable warriors, capable of defending the farm, protecting the children, because the braves are away, the men are at war. They are broken. They are unreliable. You know what I mean? There's some seriously deep-rooted betrayal stuff here, and it's personal. So being very careful where we direct this kind of energy now. As you can see, we have the representation of the feminine here with the deer, with the full moon behind her, I might add. And then you see the wind coming in here because we talked a little bit about air and fire, and then that dragon came up again for us. So being very careful with the words. You see how quickly things can pop off here? Okay, because fire can be very, very damaging, and so can air, especially when they get to working together. Okay, so we're going to be careful the way we direct our energy here, remembering that the feminine, neither of these elements are feminine. So even though we have two feminine characters here, as you can see, they're both occupying masculine energy. We have to be very careful with that. There's a lot of healing. There's a lot of justice to be served. We talked about the, what was it? Renegade? No, that's not the word. No. Anyways, we won't go back to, because it was quite dark. Like revenge, you know, like that type of energy. But we can just be honest in knowing that we are capable of protecting our innocence, the innocence, and sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. But, you know, we do not have to be the justice bringers with this energy. We can let the masculine do its thing, including all of the natural things that are going to be coming, because Mother Earth is going to take care of herself first and foremost. That's what mothers do. That's what the feminine energy, especially Earth, does. You know what I mean? It's going to take care of itself. So, and it's in balance. Our Mother Earth, this beautiful planet that we live on, is in balance with her masculine. Okay, so we're just going to leave it alone. We're going to get centered. If you remember Tara boom die. We've got some beautiful hearts focused. Do you see how she's like here, right fucking here? This is where you focus. La -ta -ta -ta. Singing her little song to herself, enjoying the sway of her, you know, lotus flower rocking away. Okay, so tra la la boom die, because we know, ooh, see, I just saw the hawk too. I'm like, what's with the eyes? Because I see the bird influence going on here, the feathers, the eyes, the makeup. It's got like black swan vibes. But look at this here with the homie eyes in the sky kind of vibes. Okay, anyways, let's put these guys aside. I don't want to leave betrayal out like that, so I'm going to put her, it's just too many cards that we don't usually have over here. 2 seconds, guys, 2 seconds. Okay, so it's time to think now about, oh, I guess this is obvious, the familiars. We have to do the Tarot of the Familiars because we just need that animal spirit energy guide. Animal spirit guide energy. It's been tongue-tied all up in my world lately. But the animal spirit guides feel so strongly sometimes. I'm not a huge animal person. I am very connected to nature. You know, like I watch National Geographic and Shark Week and all that stuff growing up. And, oh, I love to watch the birds and all the things, but I just say I'm not an animal person because I'm not into having pets. I don't know. I want to do like animal sanctuaries or something, you know, or preserve the land. Like I want to protect the land and the animals in their home. I don't want to pretend I know how to make a home for an animal. Mind you, my cat, because we do have a cat. I love pets. I do. I love when people have pets. I love meeting their pets. You know, even though I'm a little scared of like big dogs and stuff. And I have friends with weird pets like snakes and spiders and some real bitchy birds where it's like you're not allowed to hang out with the birds. They don't like people. Fair enough. It's just me, isn't it? It's because I'm green, isn't it? Feeling very vulnerable. Okay, bottom, I'm just like going crazy. Fire element, new moon, full moon Capricorn to wrap up the full moon so we can finally get off of it. 4 of Swords on the bottom to get us started. So definitely needing to take the time to sleep. If you don't know how to do it when it's hot or, you know, when you just need the rest, you might not be able to figure out a single dang reason why you're so tired. But if you're tired, get the rest. For the rest of us, that's a huge message about reflecting right now. There is so much stuff from the past coming up in the mental space. Even like within the body, that was like way too much. We're not taking that. Oh, we do have some though I should probably take. Cheers. Back to center. A lot of things from the past are coming up. A lot of nostalgic feelings. It's important to reflect so that we can recover in new ways, okay? New and emotional ways. Ew, emotions. Fire hates to do emotions for the most part. Needs water, doesn't like to be in water. First card out, look at the counterpart energy coming out off the Queen of Pentacles. So when I said Earth, and fire blending to make masculine and feminine in a really beautiful way right now, this is what I meant. So if you're fire, your power center, the solar plexus, your breath, your breathing, your heart rate, any of the things, if you can't output the energy that you wish to be outputting right now, this counterpart energy is really, really gonna help. Most of us have already figured that out coming off of fucking Gemini season, because it was hot. Gemini season was crazy, wild hotness. Okay, and there's lots to learn here. So the feminine coming in a very powerful way. All the good money things too, with the Queen of Pentacles, like she rules her kingdom, especially financially. Like nobody's starving, so to speak. You know how it is in a kingdom, but nobody's starving under this energy, okay? Yeah. And we got 2, so the second card out with some fire. 7 of fire, 7 of wands to be specific, a little defensive here. And you know, my mom's a Taurus, so this Queen of Pentacles energy, it's a little stuck up. I just heard stuck up. That's not what I was thinking, but my shadow's out to play. Careful with the ego, obviously. Under any full moon energy, you want to be careful with the shadow. Make sure she's loved and integrated as she should be. It's not surprising that you have to defend yourself and stand up for yourself under a full moon Capricorn. It's really not, especially if you're living your best life. It might not be best, but people are so willing to just attack your good energy, eh? Like, people are so willing to knock you off your high horse. Who the fuck do you think you are? That's kind of the energy when it goes a little bit dark here, and so be it. We saw betrayal with Bludvin, and that's how it is. It's like, you know, people are, misery loves company. That's what my mama taught me. See with those fucking hawk-like eyes. The way the hawk is hanging on the shoulder here, just keeping a good eye all around you so that anyone with that stanky energy can just back up. They can just back the up. And that's what this 7 of wands really is about. In traditional tarot, you're standing atop a cliff. You've got a wand that literally is on fire. It is shining its beautiful bright light, and everybody's trying to get into your position. Okay, so a little bit of that jealousy, envy, a little bit of with the betrayal. It can come out in little ways and it can be bigger. We don't go too dark around here, but you know, keep an eye on things. Keep yourself grounded. Make sure you've got your closest people you trust around you under this type of energy, especially if things are feeling a little bit unstable. You know, like obviously with anything, use your own discernment, and if you're really feeling like unprotected and you need protection, then get yourself sorted. What is going on here? Okay, I totally schmucked that up, but we got 3. First one in our central energy, the 9 of earth. So because we're reading the fire element and earth, it's playing its relevant part. Our first card was the Queen of Pentacles, and now is our central energy, because we do a 5-card spread, and this is our 3rd card out. We've got that blend of earth coming in for fire again. So the 9 of Pentacles is about self-worth, self-appreciation, because you can't give. Remember giving and receiving? Who was talking about that? You can't give if you can't receive. Maybe that was the bottom. Oh, when you give, you receive, of course. Look no further. When you give, you receive. So you got to get yourself into alignment. You got to play the selfish card. We saw the 4 of Swords as a theme to start us out, which is being a little bit selfish. Got to sleep today. Sorry. Don't know what to fucking tell you. Like, got to take care of yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is not very apologetic, but she is very loving and she is very honest. So it is what it is. You are where you are. Let the chips fall where they may. 9 of Pentacles is going to be central, so very stuck in that energy where your self-worth, no budging. Wow. On the other side of that, with our 4th card out, we have more fire. The 999 coming out back to back for us. Lots of mirroring going on here. On either side of our central energy, now we have fire. The 9 of Wands. This is exhausted. 9 of Wands is wounded. Okay, it's a wounded energy. Do you have the energy? Are you capable? Do you have the capacity? Of course you do. And when the time comes, you will get the job done. No fucking doubt about it. But earth and fire coming together in the stage of 9 is disciplined, self-grounded, self-focused. It is from self, okay? So we're not worried about the community, can't do much for anybody right now because we're taking care of the self. And everything is very strong and very in alignment, but because of all of the things that we've lined up into rows, we are fucking exhausted, and it takes time to get energy back online here. So sorry, got work to do. Sorry, I'm busy. Sorry, I can't make it. Sorry this, sorry that. Sending apologies. Okay, oh, 5th card out to finish off the reading. But, well, our 5 cards, and then we'll clarify with 5 more. But 5th card out with Major Arcana 19, the Sun. So like I was saying, if the sun is affecting you, if everything and everybody is affected under the sun, please know that. But if the sun is affecting you, if you're feeling burnt out, if you feel like you need to get some sunshine, do the things, okay? This is a beautiful clarity coming in. It's a lot of power when we're talking fire element, and you get the sun, the literally most positive card in all of tarot. You know it's important. You know it's coming for you. The sun will shine again. I just heard, and I'm like, that is very dramatic. Walking on sunshine, indeed. You know what I mean? So looking for that beautiful, beautiful sunrise on the horizon. I just saw a huge horsefly trying to get in the screen of my window. My God, I hope it doesn't. You're gonna see me run and scream. This actually has an inner child energy to it too in traditional tarot. It's a baby just naked, like riding a horse. So it's very exposed and, you know, and free and young and innocent and beautiful. But, you know, if you get all exposed like that and there's a horsefly around, you might get yourself a chomp. So again, you don't want to be pushing it. The sun is coming out beside that 9 of Wands. Again, reiterating that we did see, oh my God, there it is. It's like attacking, not attacking, but it won't go away. It wants in so bad. You cannot come in. I'm sorry. It's like, no. This is a hard no. That's what it is. And it's based on central energy, your self-worth. And there is a huge victory coming because of your appreciation of the self. I can hardly get this card to focus. It's so bright. Like, heat warnings for real in northern British Columbia, Canada is like, whoa. Okay, so it's wildfire season. You know what fire does. You know what it's like out here. This is not a fucking kid's message. This is not a joke. If you don't stay by water, you will burn. Shit, I guess that's what the volcano energy is all about. Okay, feeling very, how beautiful is this, like Grecian, hold on, everything's falling, with Artemis. Selfhood. How beautiful is the Grecian, like draped fabric, tits out, you know, love that. Whoa. So not so worried, even though we are the feminine out here. We know we have our masculine counterpart, be it in the ethers or the physical. You know how this is. Okay, you have to align, and that's why 9 of Pentacles is central. We are in alignment. For those of us there, push it out for the rest of the collective. Share that good energy with everyone. Even if you can't do it in your physical world, if you can't just, you know, have great experiences with everyone in your physical, the things that you do when you're in meditation, self-reflection, your quiet moments, reading books. Like, I always try to shout out in my spirit to the people who love and heal the same way that I do. So when I'm reading a great book, I always, like, you know, think or pray or set out intentions for the people who love those books. I hope you find a great book today. I hope somebody's enjoying a book as much as I am today. You know, that kind of energy. And that, I really do believe that makes a huge difference. So in a very giving, reflecting, sharing kind of energy, I think that's really beautiful. As divine feminines, that's so much better than Bludvin, being in this kind of feminine energy, envy, jealousy, even rage. There's a fucking mama rage energy to that. Yikes. Okay, we gotta be very careful. Full moon Capricorn, not to mention fire. Can burn this bitch down. Okay. Going back to the beginning to clarify our first card out, the Queen of Pentacles, we get the Four of Pentacles, more of that four energy, very stable, very comfortable under the four. Okay, the only thing is it is a little bit fear-based, so, you know, when things are getting to going good, we're scared that someone's going to come burn this bitch down. So really feeling grounded and safe when we're in alignment, and when we're not, things can get a little on the heated kind of side. Think of earth and fire not being in alignment and going like a little bit dark. It's like, ooh, that goes like real dark, real quick. The ego comes in, pride, cruelty, even, you know, with fire going dark. Okay, so just keeping a lid on it if we can. Keeping a lid on it if we can. You know, we don't want to be like begging forgiveness here because we said some shit, did some shit, burned some shit down. I'm so confused. Oh, there you are. I see. That's why things are all crazy over here. I didn't put the cards out right. Got to get my act together here. Everybody's like so impatient. Got to get my act together here. Chase the waves. Feels like the desk got smaller. It shrunk. It shrunk overnight. I swear. Okay, anyways. We got 4 more clarifiers to come out to wrap up the full moon Capricorn. We are reading the fire element. Ooh, okay. To clarify our 7 of Wands, how crazy is this energy? The 7 of Air. Remember, we saw air and fire as our bottom of the deck. There's air and fire doubling to be like 7-7. And 7 is like the number of spirit. So this is feeling very faded and out of our control, okay? Being our second kind of column out. This energy has probably crossed most of us already. But it is a struggle within the mental space. Again, the betrayals, the past hurts, the lies, the manipulation, all of the things that have been done to us. Like, swords are always those kind of lessons. The swords in tarot are really heavy. Not a lot of positivity in those cards, in that whole suit, they call it. But we read the elements, okay? So the 7 of Swords is not all negative. There's always 2 sides to everything, even though everything, like Capricorn, gets bad raps, reputations, bad reps. I gotta learn to say that properly. A bad reputation. Anyways, that's the precision. You know what I mean? The fire is like, I am fucking determined to get this right. Indeed. And that's the, if you look at that, the accuracy that we are being called to have right now. So that's why we need to slow it down to be able to see clearly. The one thing about the feminine energy is when it's healthy and in alignment, it can always see and feel very clearly when things are not on the up and up around here. Okay, it's like a feminine trait. It's a feminine gift, you could say. So 7-7's extremely lucky, extremely fated. Think of like the 3 sisters of fate, past, present, and future. That's the Wheel of Fortune card in tarot. That is like the luckiest thing that you could possibly get. That's the 10s, but this has that same kind of feeling with the 7-7. So not as out of balance as things really feel right now. We're getting into alignment. It's just, it's a little tricky, especially with the feminine energy. Of course it is. Oh my God. Sorry, I wasn't totally prepared for that. So we got 2 cards. We got the Chariot, which is why I'm freaking, because that's card 7 of the major arcana. So coming off of reading 7-7, we have 7, 7, 7, 7. Like when I said lucky, I meant shit. It's like super duper. The Chariot is unstoppable energy. And then look at how the Fool in this card is represented with the Jester's kind of energy there. Again, of the carnival, the humor, all of the things, the plays, the rides, okay, so really powerful. But bringing it back to clarify our central energy with the 9 of Pentacles, we get the Chariot, major arcana number 7. So like I said, coming off a 7-7 energy, it's like, what do you want exactly? The 9 of Pentacles now, not so feeling so much about the body or the health, it's feeling about the wealth, the physical things that we have. Okay, a lot of earth signs are very focused on what they have in their possession, what they have like in the bank, like to their name, what their name is worth in dollar signs, and what they're trying to achieve, you know, in terms of capability, skill set, accomplishments, you know, like certificates on the wall. I'm seeing like so many different kind of accomplishments that people want. That's exactly it. Okay, so we're focusing now on material wealth, even though that can be our own skill set that we like, you know, we're trying to reach the level up here of an Ivy League education or yada yada. Okay, country club, whatever. So here, once things get into alignment, the unstoppable force comes in, truly unstoppable, because there's something fated is about being supported by something that you didn't choose. Everything is a choice. I really hope my heat did not just come on. That better be a fan or something. Anyways. You don't really get to choose your fate. It's something that you either line up to being lucky. Like, let's say somebody wants to take you to the casino. You go, you win $5,000. That's a huge amount of money for you that day. Killer win. Same situation. Someone asks you to go to the casino today. You say no. You don't win shit. It coulda, shoulda, woulda been, you know. And if you have any kind of gambling issues, please, I hope you're not triggered by any of that. You know what it is. We're all adults here. But that's the key, right? It's like, there's where the choice comes in, but the luck is out there, and all you got to do is like get in it, and if you want it, it's there for you. Unstoppable force with that kind of momentum of the Chariot. Okay, and then we also got our next clarifier. I'm so sorry. I almost didn't do this one today because I was like, I don't know if I can do it, but we need to. It's so important. Clarifying the 9 of Wands, we get the Fool card. This is fearless. This is a knowing. You see how relaxed he is there? That doesn't mean when the time comes to get the rest of the work done that we're not going to finish the job. Of course we are. Okay, so fearless, and also taking the fluff and the naivety out of it, because typically the Fool is like a very naive energy, but it's not foolish. It doesn't have to be if it's not dark. People might be judging, saying that you're being foolish or anything like that. But if you know what you're doing, because you've been working on it for a long time, look no further than your own self-reflection to know that you're right on track. It really sucks sometimes when no one sees it, but you know how it goes in the end. It always works out in the end. And since the Sun is the next card that we are clarifying to finish this reading off, literally the most positive card that tarot has to offer, the Sun, we know it's going to be a really, all I keep seeing and feeling is like a really strong finish, I stuck the landing. If you grew up in gymnastics or anything like that, it's like the perfect pirouette, you know? Nobody ever saw it, but I did it. That feeling. Of course, you know, you have great performances and you have not so great performances, and anyone who does something enough times is gonna have a blend, you know what I mean? Okay, the Knight of Wands keeps popping, but that's a stack coming out with him again. That's just like 450 cards. No sir. Knight of Wands is a beautiful on a mission kind of energy. A lot of the times that people do hurt us, if this is to be looked at from a shadow aspect as opposed to a protective mother, which is how it feels. A lot of times when people hurt us, it's because they were doing what was right for them. So we do have to let those ones go this time, lest we be the next person to hurt someone because of what was right for us. Okay, let's not keep flip-flopping back and forth as divine counterparts here. Okay, the mirroring in that sense needs to stop. That's so many cards. We're not going to take any of these. It's 5, so that's its own mini message, which we'll do. Our final card to clarify the Sun, let me just put that down. Let me just put that down. Is the 2 of Cups. So we're talking about the counterparts. We're talking about the soulmates, tribe, family, the people who really do see our heart, appreciate our heart, Not everyone is perfectly capable of giving to our heart space, but if they love it, that's enough. You know what I mean? To be truly loved and seen, that's enough. Even if that person is toxic as fuck, your mom, you know what I mean? Or whatever it is. It's like, these are soulmate energies, but this could be tribe. There's a lot of different type of soulmates out here, and people come into our lives for short periods of time, for long periods of time. Time is really flowing like a river in this one, and I love that. So fire and water finally balancing out in the end of our reading to say all the wonderful things about love, about money, alignment, health, happiness, joy, finding your people, your places, and your things. Especially our things. Okay, little 5-card spread just for giggles, I guess. The Ace of Cups. Woo. The Hermit, major arcana number 9. Ooh, Death as the central 3rd card out there. Major arcana 13. Another 4 with the 4 of Cups. Major arcana number 6, the Lovers. Oh boy. Folks, what have we here? What have we here? Okay, so what I'm getting off of this as a little side note, for those of us who don't have love, of course, love is available to us, but this transformation, I would not request new love. You see how the Ace of Cups has Hermit with a new moon in the window? Much is available under soulmate energy, like we see here. Very strong in Cancer season, okay? But we do want to be careful because rebirth can be extremely devastating when we are biting off more than we can chew, is kind of how it feels. 4 of Cups is like, if you're bored though, and if you really are discontented with your life, then this is the perfect energy to make a huge change. Okay, so you might not have to do much except for what feels like line up to some water energy within yourself. That's why the Hermit's out here to say, like, your heart might be calling something, and if you want it, even though it's going to be a massive shift for you, Death card, Lovers, it's available to you. Okay, so now's the time. If you are extremely bored, and that's the kicker, if you're extremely bored, if you are willing to risk it all, etc. If you just got onto stability and you don't want to be, you want to add to your stability, this is a message of willing to lose it all to gain it all. Okay, you don't want to be messing around with this kind of magics and under new moons and stuff with that candle magic. You see what the Hermit's doing there? You don't want to be fucking with that kind of energy right now if you're not prepared. So the Lovers gives you the choice. Here's the full moon, the full clear illumination of what the heart really desires. And if it lines up for you that you are unsatisfied and you are willing to take a brand new cup, here it is. And it's coming directly from the counterparts. The thing about the Lovers is it's more twin flame than it is soulmate. Okay, so this is trial by fire. That's it. Let's check out the bottom of the deck before we bounce. The 5 of Swords. Wow, we've seen the 4 of Swords to start this off with our theme on the bottom, and we're finishing with the 5. When the 7 of Swords is out here looking all stanky, 777 with us. Again, careful what you wish for. It's very easy to become the dark one in the situation and create some new karma from an honest to God ambition, but you don't want to be shooting innocent creatures with that bow and arrow. You know the cost, you know the cost, you know the cost. That's what I keep hearing. So being careful, making sure that if and when we can, we do our best. We set up win-win situations for all, and we are very honest and very clear about our fears and our thoughts when it comes to things not working out the way they were planned, the way that we said they were going to. This is being honest when our word is in question, okay? So defending our reputations in the arenas that we do defend ourselves, leaving the rest behind because those people are irrelevant. There's a lot of that stanky energy out here, but we can see clearly, okay? So I'm not worried about you. Big sis isn't worried, mama ain't worried, nobody's worried. Okay, so 5 of Swords, it's like, be careful. It's easy to get cut out here and burned with the fire and the Lovers and the soulmates and everybody. Cha-cha-cha. This is going to be me for the next couple of days, trying to be like, give me the new moon Cancer, and getting all the waters in tune for that next moon cycle. We are very excited to get into it. I want to thank you for stopping by today. I especially want to thank you for doing the work on aligning yourself. I'm very excited to see what your activations bring if you're a creator in this world. Since we're alive in the same era, why not? Why not be curious about each other? I can tell you I am certainly not curious about the Kardashians, okay? All that being said, new moon readings coming up next. New moon in Cancer. We are in Cancer season. It's the first month of the summer season. It's feeling hot toddy out here, but very exciting. Very wealthy, very exciting, very powerful too. We're going to see a lot of change in this summer. After this summer, there's this message of like, enjoy the summer if you can, you know, and it's like, I can, I will, just in case. Okay, bang, 50 minutes, that's not bad. That's a wrap on full moon Capricorn. Again, I want to thank you for stopping by. I hope you got everything you needed out of this reading today. Please give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel before you leave, and check out the description box for all kinds of wonderful links and discount codes and anything that I have to offer. You will find it down there. Check out EBINOTTI on other social media platforms if you want more interactive content, and that's it. Thank you again for stopping by, and I will see you on your next reading.